Hi, Taurus. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about your money and career situation for mid-May 2023. As I cleanse the energy thoroughly, I did get a message channeled right before the reading, right before I began, and it was making significant progress. Making significant progress. And so I really feel as if the remainder of the month for you, regardless of when you're tuning into this video, highlights the fact that things are moving in the right direction for you. You're making progress that feels quite gratifying in regards to what you're looking to gain and or what you're continuing, okay? And for some, that could be multiple situations. I'm also getting side hustle. So there might be a focus on a side hustle for you. That could be a part-time job and or multiple side hustles for my very hard-working Tauruses, trying to juggle a lot. And I'm also getting passive income as the messages flow in quite rapidly, but feel comfortable for the most part as they steadily come on in. You might be very spiritually connected being drawn to this reading, and therefore don't be surprised, and you may not be, when the messages, the synchronicities even pop up and flow on in quite consistently. As I struggle to say that, quite consistently. We're pulling from the Gilded Tarot Royale deck. Didn't feel guided to use any oracle for this set of mid-month readings rather, but the Two of Cups. Don't be surprised if there are specific moments where you stumble or you slip up or you get a little bit nervous throughout the remainder of May, but for the majority of the remainder of the month, I really do feel as if you're in good, grounded Taurus energy. There's a significant change on the horizon that you will be reminded of if things don't feel completely comfortable where you're living at currently and or working, all right? The Two of Cups talking about how people feel very connected to you, to your energy, feeling very comfortable around you or when watching your content or absorbing your work in one way, shape, or form, or observing you. I feel as if there's also a focus on you being empathic for some, picking up on other people's energy. You could have a meeting of importance with, say, an authority figure or somebody you're working with or a customer or clientele. Could be somebody you're looking to get an approval from. And this meeting of importance is going to be moving you towards more, all right? Now, this could be, again, for some, it could be a meeting in regards to beginning a new job or an interview. It could be for an expansion for your business. Could be in regards to you meeting up with somebody, a very important customer or clientele, if not multiple. But I'm also getting that they're highlighting an important meeting from the past, an interview or another type of meeting. And this is going to either work out in your favor if it's meant to, and if it's not meant to, trust that there's something better for you, okay? Or you'll get the approval in a different way is what I'm hearing. Now, I do feel as if you're thinking about a situation, a change for the future, whether it's a move of residence, a career situation, something of the sort that's going to leave you feeling like a fish out of water. I might have gotten that in Leo's reading. There's a reason why you're the second to get your reading done directly after theirs. But the Knight of Swords. Okay, so a guarded, protective way about you as you want to charge towards more, and you are taking steps in that direction, but it might feel like you're crawling at times. Now, say you're working online or you're running a business or you're working through a day-to-day job, that's progressing quite steadily, right? Again, making significant progress, but you yourself, how you accomplish, it's very strategic, methodical, and you're trusting your intuition through it all, and you may not have a ton of energy to exude, to put forth towards whatever it is, and that's going to help the end product results all the meanwhile, even if you don't realize that. But I don't see you rushing, okay? It's like, even if I wanted to, I can't, okay? I'm not going to. So just accept that things are progressing and happening in the way they're meant to, getting done in the way they're meant to throughout the remainder of the month. I'm also getting several attempts to accomplish what you need to in the moment or choose to may be a little bit disheartening or frustrating or annoying, because even if there's not, say, certain outside factors affecting you, there might be, even if you're not aware of it. It's like you just, for whatever reason, can't spit out the words properly or smoothly, or you can't create or develop in the way you usually would or how you want to, or you just can't come up with that solution or solve what you're trying to. However it looks for you, just accomplish that task or multiple at hand. Spirit saying, even if it's, say, just a few minutes, it could be an hour, or it could be delaying it to the next day if you can. there's a significance to why you need to step away from it for the time being and come back to it. It could be outside factors, right? The energy in that situation, noise factors, if you can hear that, the spiritual presence around you at that time. It could be your individual energy just in general, needing to come back in better energy. Okay, so just trust that everything's happening for a reason. It's a very purposeful reminder to your month. Look at that. Reiterating what I was saying, you're moving slowly, comfortably. It's like, again though, look at these two images. Guarded. It's like you're guarded because when it comes to acquiring a new situation, when it comes to the achievement of your goals, dreams, wishes, when it comes to just achieving things even at times for what you're continuing or beginning, because it has been a rough past for you when it comes to your career. I also feel like you're a bit protective over your money and less overspending than you once were, at least making progress in regards to that, spending less than you once were. All right, so I would absolutely watch the Leo reading, but I do feel as if you're protective over your work. It's like I have worked very hard to get this off the ground or to make the progress that I have, to see it come this far. I'm not going to let somebody who is a naysayer or just wants to be negative or potentially try to bring it down or bring me down to get the best or to damage the progress I've made, right? Or the future that this situation should have, is meant to have, that I have. But I also feel like there's a focus on your energy, right? As I'm being drawn to a squirrel. Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling more grounded in that moment? There's a reason, if not multiple, as to why that is, and that could benefit your work in either way that you're feeling, okay? Reminds me at times that if I'm feeling anxious or just a bit out of whack energy-wise for my readings, it can be very purposeful for the message and helpful for whoever's viewing. So just think about that in terms of whatever you're working on, achieving in that moment, or trying to acquire. But I do feel like the squirrel also is reminding you to have fun. Are you enjoying yourself while you're working? You might be pushed to observe past work or past creations, developments, even potentially social media posts of you when you, or just in your camera roll, when you were having more fun, okay? Or just than you are in that moment, or just you have been. And Spirit's saying, do you see how effective that is? Do you see how likable that is? Do you see how much you're glowing in that moment or in those moments? There's a true purpose to that for your work. The King of Wands. Now, I do feel like this isn't talking about a lack of passion. Maybe at certain points, so be it. You're only human, and that fluctuates naturally. But I do feel like this is talking about how you're not feeling feisty. You're not feeling overly empathetic for some. You're not feeling overly exuding, the need to overexude yourself once again. And I'm also hearing a bit detached, and that's helping you. Now, I do feel like you might also want to watch the Sag reading. I haven't done it yet. Interesting. Because I do feel as if they're as well feeling quite emotionally detached from one, if not multiple, manifestations you wish to see come to be, goals you want to fulfill. And this is going to absolutely help see that come to be quite easily, or just in the way that it's meant to. And I feel like being drawn to this reading, you've seen evidence of that in the past in general. Also coming out, we have the Seven of Pentacles. There's a vibe where you do want to work for the most part, but when you don't feel like it, you still will, or you'll have to attempt a couple times and end up succeeding in the end, and you'll be thankful for it, and other people will be thankful for it if they're benefiting from it, or just needed you to get the job done. But there's also a vibe of you watering something from the past, and potentially from the past, at the very least currently, and this is benefiting you. Your hard work paying off. Now I'm getting from the money tree, your savings taking a highlight. You wanting a savings increase, some of which drawn to the reading may not see as much of which as they'd like in the remainder of May, but please keep in mind, whether it's you gaining a new situation or something now making progress and or more progress, and you taking care of it and seeing that thrive, you're going to see a savings increase in the upcoming months. And I feel like this will help you achieve a goal and or have that comfort for your future, because I feel like you're meant to have that comfortable financial future, as I do feel like there's a focus on the fact that things are falling into place for you, even if it doesn't feel like it at all times. I just feel like you can't help but at times when this comes to be a highlight, think about past disappointments, one, if not multiple jobs that didn't end. It reminds me of a job that I started not too long ago, and I thought it was going to work out, and I got spiritually messed with so badly that I couldn't continue. It just was inevitable, right? But Spirit's saying, we protected you. That place was a mess, okay? And so all the meanwhile, I just feel like, of course, that's going to look differently for everybody. Something like that's going to come to mind at one point, if not multiple points, and Spirit's saying, we can't have you connecting, doubting certain endings, new beginnings, and slip-ups, right? Things like that coming to be, because look at this. You are protected. Now, I do feel like for some, there's going to be times when you have the opportunity to rest. Don't question it. You might feel very easily comfortable, guided to just make the best out of that time period. But there are going to be moments in the remainder of May where it's like you might be bored or a little bit restless or wanting to be busy or thinking about how you could be succeeding, making more money in that moment or at that period of time. But Spirit's saying, because there is thoughts of lack and, again, where you're not meant to be, where you're not meant to be in the long run, keywording, career-wise or investment-wise, could be where you're living. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, it's like, yeah, just rest up, because things are going to get very busy moving forward and getting the message of. And it just feels like you're protected in regards to your money and career, your world as a whole, evolving and changing for the better moving forward. It's like you have no idea how much success and financial comfort lies ahead for you. And I want to say excitement. It's like, just because the Taurus is grounded and chill doesn't mean they don't thrive within certain levels of excitement, right? At the right time, in the right way, right? That's fitting for you with the right people and situations. So I just feel like that comes to mind in regards to one, if not multiple, big changes on the horizon. Okay. Yeah, they keep reminding me of what I want to see come to be. But look at this. An abundance coming through, all right? True levels of abundance, and one of which is people noticing you when you present your work, when you're working, or just even in regards to what you've put out there recently and in the remainder of May. It feels like the remainder of this month is just truly abundant for you, where you're making, again, significant progress, and it feels so damn good, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Definitely go enjoy the remainder of May, and I'll see you next time.